Hello Exiles and welcome to your first masterclass video. My name is County Blader and I'm your teacher for today's masterclass. Today we're gonna talk about Waystones and what they are about and what you can do with them as a completely beginner or even an advanced player. So hang on and make sure you're gonna like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and join my Twitch live stream for daily live stream content. And with this, let's start. Okay, so Waystones can be found in different tiers. You can find them in tier 1, tier 4, tier 15, and also tier 16. And the tier on the Waystone sets the area level. And the area level is important to drop higher item level bases, which I will talk about in just a bit. To use Waystones, you're gonna click on your map device and then your atlas shows up. Then you're gonna pick a waypoint and then you're gonna control left click on one of your maps and it will snap right into place. To get Waystones, there are different ways. The easiest way will be buying them from Doriani when you just hit the end game. You can just alt left click on him and he shows up a buy and sell window and then you can buy tier 1 Waystones for 5k gold. If you're short on gold, you might not be able to buy a lot, but it helps out for the start. The second option is that you can find them by slaying monsters or bosses. And the third option is that you buy those from the trade page. Also, if you have 3 of the same type of one waystone, you can head over to your Reforge bench and then just control left click on it as well. And then you can control left click 3 of your maps, they snap right into place, and then you can reforge them into one tier higher. Please note this is only working for non-corrupted waystones.
Okay, Cody, but this is stuff I already know. So what is this video all about?
Well, just hang on. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows the basic, because also new player maybe watch this and we wanted to catch everyone. At the start of the video, I talked about the different tiers, and the lowest tier that a waystone can have is 1. The highest is 16. And there are 2 different ways how you can get a tier 16 map. The first is that you're gonna corrupt a tier 15 map. I will talk about corruption in just a bit. You also can drop them from Arbiter, but this is something you may not be able to do at first, so you're gonna corrupt them to actually get tier 16 maps. But tier 16 isn't the maximum. If you apply a waystone to a waypoint that has irradiated and corruption on, this tier 16 waystone will be upgraded to tier 18, which means that the area level, so the monster level, will be 82. But this is also something for another masterclass. And now some of you might have some questions, and I think that I will cover all of them in this video. If I maybe miss out something or you still have question, please feel free to reach out to me in the comment section or in my Discord server. And if you haven't done it yet, please like this video and subscribe to my channel to not miss out a single new masterclass. Now that we all know the basics, I'm gonna teach you something about enhancing those waystones. So as you may know, there are different currency items in this game, such as transmutation or augmentation, regal orb, even up to divine or mirror. Those all have different uses, and you can use those currency items I show here to enhance your waystones. And I'm gonna give you an example right away. So if you are a new player, I definitely recommend that you only use transmutation and augmentation orbs for your maps until you reach tier 3 or tier 4 maps. So to craft maps, you start with the transmutation orb. So you're gonna hit 1 and then it will add 1 modifier and it turn also blue. That means that this item is now magic. And with a magic item, we can apply an augmentation orb, which will add a second modifier to it. And when we press Alt now, we see that we hit a prefix and a suffix. In the prefix, increased number of monster packs, which is actually good. So more monsters mean maybe potential more loot and also more experience. And on the downside, we have players cursed with temporary chains, which will slow you down in the maps. This is for the first step. When you reach tier 4 maps or so, then you can also use your regal orbs and your alchemy orbs, because your regal orb will upgrade upgrade a magic item, in this case a magic map, to a rare map. And this will also add one modifier. We can also craft a map from white to yellow with an alchemy orb. So we right click it and apply it. And then you see, oh, we also have 4 modifiers because this says the alchemy orb. It adds 4 modifiers. So when you have an alchemy orb, it's definitely worth, because in the end, you're gonna save up 2 exalts. Because when you dive more into the end game and get a higher level and more currency, it's definitely worth then to triple X slam those maps or even double X slam those maps. And I will explain this in just a bit. Just for sake of this video, I want to cover the Chaos Orb as well, because if you apply this to a map, it just rerolls one modifier, in this case, one of the prefixes. Then you can also use an annulment, which will remove a random modifier of a map. In this case, also a prefix. An uncorrupted map can have up to 6 modifiers. If a map is corrupted in the good way, it can have up to 10 modifiers. Yeah, look at this bad boy. You can press Alt to count all of the modifiers, but yes, it's 10, and I'm gonna talk about in just a bit why this is so important. And if you want to know more about modifiers and which modifier a map can have, then just check out PoE2 DB and scroll through all of these modifiers. Okay, so I said more modifiers on a map is good. So why is this? If we press Alt U, then our Atlas tree will show up. On the bottom right corner, we will find Grueling Journey. It says that for each explicit modifier on a Waystone, we will get 2% increased effect for every explicit modifier that's on the map. That means when we have 10 modifiers on a map, and by the way, explicit modifier are only the prefixes and the suffixes on an item. So keep that in mind. If we have now 10 modifiers on a map, that means that with Grueling or Growling Journey, we will get 20% increased effect on each of these modifiers. And this is a huge scaling for quantity, rarity, and also number of rare monster on a map. This is such insane. For sure, also the bad modifiers will get increased by that, and you have to be strong to actually deal with this. But in the end, if you really want to grind more currency, this is something you definitely want to look for. Okay, I talked a lot about corrupting. So there are 5 outcomes a corruption can have on a Waystone. It's nothing, divining, adding, removing, or rerolling. Those are the 5 options it can have. And I want to give you a quick information about omens. So there are 2 types of omen that you could use for crafting maps. It's omen of dextral alchemy and omen of sinistral alchemy. And this just says that when you use it and apply an alchemy orb to a map, it only adds the maximum of suffixes or prefixes, but it also adds 1 prefix or suffix because the alchemy orb says that it adds 4 modifiers. So if we use this and add it to this, we see we have now 3 suffixes and 1 prefix, and we can also use this and apply it to this, and then we have 3 prefixes, and then you can also use both together and use it on one, and then you have 6 modded map. And I really don't recommend doing this because the Sinestral Alchemy ones costing 9.5 exalts, and you can just slam 2 exalts for the same result. And as usual, the best tips come at last, so good for you guys who sticked all of the time until this, because now I have some really good information for you to the end. In the early 8065, as a county blader. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. Okay, Exiles, now the real tips. And I want to say thank you that you sticked around until this. You're amazing. I want to say it one last time. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my YouTube. It will help me a lot. And for the last tips I have for you, that you can only drop splinters from breaches and simulacrum when the Waystone is at least tier 12. Also, you can enhance your Waystones with distilled emotions. This is only working if the map isn't corrupted yet, but it will also really enhance the map because the mobs will get stronger and you will get more damage as more delirious is the effect that it says on the map is on the map. So if we just right click this and then put this in and then snap in the map, we see that we gain 45% increased number of rare monsters and also 63% delirious. This is fine and most of the builds can handle this, but when it's get higher to delirious, because you can also add like a suffering, this will also add that unique monsters have one additional modifier which will make them even stronger, and also the delirious will go up even higher. Another hidden tip is that the number of suffixes is the reason why you have more or less Waystone drop chance on your maps. And for the last and final tip, I want to give you my personal recommendation of what kind of maps you should run, and it's quantity with rarity and increased number of rare monsters in the prefixes, and then you have to look around if you can play the suffixes as well. And don't forget to distill them correctly so you have the extra 45% number of rare monster on the map. And that's it. Congratulations, you finished your first masterclass in Path of Exile. You can call yourself now a student, and I am so happy I did this, and I hope you enjoyed it. And please spread some love, join my Twitch live stream, and if you have any question or if I missed out anything, let me know in the comments below. And with this, see you on the next one. Bye. I have this. Jeez.